Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Flag here, and in this video we're going to be covering user interface in Photoshop in a little bit more depth. As you guys know, this video is a part of a playlist that I've made as a Photoshop course for you guys. You can actually reach this playlist in my YouTube channel homepage. It's very simple. So if you came here to learn more about Photoshop, you can simply just go to my YouTube channel, find the playlist about the Photoshop course that I've made, and you can simply start learning on Photoshop. And if you're already advanced on Photoshop and you want to know a little bit more tips and tricks, you can simply just also go to my YouTube homepage. There's a lot of tutorials that you can learn from. So if you came here to learn more about Photoshop, then stick till the end. You're going to know a lot of information. And before we start, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you comment below if you have any questions, and also hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload any new video. And without any further ado, let's start. Hey guys, what is going on? Here we are on Photoshop, and if you have like two work documents like these and you want to work on them, on both of them on the same time, all you have to do is just go to Window, Arrange, and you can use 2-up horizontal or 2-up vertical. 2-up vertical is going to make them like that, vertical. You're going to work in each one of them vertically. And let's say you have finished working on them. All you have to do is just to go back to Window and go to Arrange and consolidate all two tabs, just like that. And it's going to revert you back to where you were, okay? Okay, so here we are, and we've previously talked about the tools and the layers and the panels, okay? So on the left hand side here you have your tools, and we're going to talk about them more in depth about these tools and what they're actually doing, okay? So the first tool we have here is the Move tool. It basically is used to move your images or designs. Here it says that the background layer, that this layer is a background layer and you cannot move it without converting it to a normal layer. So I choose convert to normal layer. Now you can move it around in your work area here. Okay, we go back. This is the rectangular Marquee tool, which is a selection tool. Basically, you can just select and deselect using them, okay? This one is another selection tool. As you guys can see, its name is the Lasso Tool. Also helps you select any of objects of your design, and it also has two other options, which is the Polygonal Lasso Tool and the Magnetic Lasso Tool. We're gonna cover all these tools in depth later on, okay? We have the Quick Selection Tool, which is like a circle. Also helps you to select objects from your design, as you guys can see. And the Magic Wand tool here does the same thing, helps you select objects also from your design. Your Crop tool basically crops. You choose the place that you want to crop, or the part that you want to crop from your photo, and you just simply press the check button and there you go, it is already cropped, okay? Now we have the Frame tool, which basically you just do a frame and you move whatever the picture you want to it. Use the Move tool and you move it to that frame, okay? And you have the 3D Material Eyedropper. You have a lot of options here. You have the Roller tool, you have the Node tool, and we have actually talked about the Ruler tool on a previous video. The Eyedropper tool basically is used to finding the colors that you have in your design or image, and maybe it also helps you to to create like a color palette for your designs. I'm gonna also talk a bit more in depth about these things. The Content Aware Move tool, you can just basically choose this and move it right over here. It makes a copy of your one and it pastes it right over here. Okay, this is not the mode of the copy one. Okay, it does this when you have the mode set to extend. and it's going to do this, as you guys can see. Just makes a copy of this one and puts it right over here. And the brush tool, simply, you know, just pick a color and start brushing. And it's also used for drawing if you have a graphic tablet or something. Now the stamp tool, same thing. Just says cannot use the stamp because the area clone has not been defined. Alt click to define the source point. Yeah, so you should, before you use this, you just press Alt to define the source point and you start drawing from here. That's what it does. You know, basically also can be used to copy and paste other objects in your design. The history brush, it brushes back what you have done. Okay, since we have just done nothing here, as you guys see in the history, it's just not gonna work. And we'll also cover that in depth later on. The eraser tool simply starts to erase what you have in your design here or image. I'm gonna get back again. I've been erasing a lot here. The 3D material drop tool, actually used for the 3D mode in Photoshop. We're going to cover that later. And the paint bucket tool just simply starts painting around in your image or your design. Also the gradient tool, just pick one of your gradients here and just, you know, drag it right down here and makes a gradient for your photo, as you guys can see. The smudge tool or the blur or the sharpen tool. Okay, the smudge basically makes some smudges into your designs like that. And you have the blur tool. It actually blurs a bit of your, you know, some parts of your photo here. And you have also the sharpen tool, makes some parts of your photo sharp. Dodge tool makes one of your areas or your designs brighter, and if you press Alt and start doing the same thing, it's going to make it a little bit darker. When you press Alt, it's going to revert you to the burn tool. If you're on the dodge tool and you want to go to the burn tool, you can press Alt and start doing that, or you just can go simply here and choose the burn tool, and it's going to do the same thing here, as you guys can see. Okay, let's go back. And the pen tool, we're gonna cover that in depth later. Okay, let's go back. The text tool, simply just type some stuff here. Okay, whatever, you know, just adding some text, as you guys can see. And the path selection tool, remember when we used the pen tool to make like this thing is called a path, and this tool, what it does is it selects that these paths and moves it around, as you guys can see here. And we have the rectangle tool, simply makes a rectangle, as you guys can see, and you can play around with the fill, make it black, choose one of the colors, or you can use a gradient fill, as you guys can see. Okay, we're gonna go back again here and suppose this path, and we have the rotate tool. Simply just click on it and you start rotating. It rotates your canvas, as you guys can see. Okay, back again. Okay, reset the rotation angle back to 0, and there you go. And last but not least, the zoom tool. It's already as its name is, you know, it zooms in and zooms out. Okay, and it's not that basic, you know, these tools are not too basic here, but there are actually some basic tools, and it's gonna be simple to use, and other tools that are already kind of a bit, you know, advanced or something. We're gonna cover them and we're gonna talk about them in depth. Okay, and what you have here is your edit toolbar, and if you are in a Photoshop CS6 version, you're not going to see this edit toolbar tool here. Okay, so once you go to the customize toolbar, you'll see all your tools, all the Photoshop tools that you have, and you can actually you know, take one of the tools that you're not going to use, like these are some of the tools that I'm not going to actually use. So you can simply just choose them and put them here on the extra tools here. Okay, and they will not appear here. They used to appear here, but it will appear in the extra tools, as you guys can see here. Okay, okay, and on the right hand side we have panels, as you guys can see. We have also talked about panels previously, but in this video we're gonna cover it in a little bit more in depth. Okay, so you have colors, you have swatches, you have all your panels will appear here on the window. If you click on window, you can see all your panels on here. Okay, yeah, so there are basically two kinds of panels. You have iconic panels like this, and expanded panels like here. So if you want to take this panel, you can actually take it out like that, and you can convert it into an iconic panel. Simply just, you know, put it right over here, and here it is an iconic panel. Pretty easy. If you want to get it back again as a expanded panel, you're simply going to click on this arrow here. It says expand panels, and it's going to be expanded again. Okay, let's say that you have one of your panels off or closed, or you know, or basically lost. You can always go back to window and open your panel once again. Here is the color panel that I've just closed, and it comes back again, as you guys can see. So you can basically put it back right over here, and you can play around with these panels and match the user interface that fits your you know, your design style. It's actually depends on each one and each designer. So for me, I like to save some room for layers, as you guys can see here, and I like to have the navigator panel in order for me to, you know, to navigate through the entire design, as you guys can see. And I will not actually use color, and I will not use swatches. Okay, simply just take it out here and close it. That's what I prefer to work with. Navigator on the side, so I can navigate and zoom in and out. Maybe if I'm zooming in, I can just go here, or just, you know, move around, play around with this. And yeah, set this back to 100, and you know, so that's what fits me. Okay, so once you have done that and you want to save, let's say you want to save this workspace and the user interface that you have been working on, all you have to do is just go to this icon right over here and pick new workspace, as you guys can see, and just name it whatever. I'm gonna name it design 2. Okay, and yeah, okay, I misspelled design here. Whatever. You can always go back to it. It will, by default, it will be set to to essentials. You can simply go and pick design 2, as you guys can see here. Pretty easy and pretty simple. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next video.